Hello everyone, my name is Jenna, but you guys can call me Jen. Welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new. Hi, hello. Welcome to the first video of 2026, aka what was supposed to be the last video of 2025. That's okay though, things happen, life happens. But hello my lovely friends, welcome to my 2025 Writerly and Life wrap up. So I've already done my bookish wrapped. That was last year. Last week, Friday, the 26th of December, that went up. And I, since then, have read like 2 books. So I'm ending the year having read 107 books. I do plan on finishing one more book today though, because I have like half of it to go, and I have nothing planned from when I film this video, when I finish it, to like 6:30 p.m. when I have to go celebrate New Year's with my friends. Have to go when I get to go celebrate New Year's with my friends tonight. So I hope I can wrap up that book and make that a nice 108 books for this year, which is really cool. That's not what we're here to talk about. We're here to talk about what happened this year in my writer life, in my author life, and in my personal life, I guess, because there's also a segment at the end of this video. Get ready, because I am in the mood to cry today. We're at the segment at the end of the video where I talk to my past self, and it's kind of fun, and I'm very excited because I have that video queued up right here. I was in a very terrible mood when I filmed this video last year, so we're gonna see what happens at the end of this video. I was just watching the beginning of it to like reorient myself with like what went on last year and like how I was structuring this video and all that kind of stuff, but I'm excited. I do apologize for all the glare. I have my ring light and my window is open. You can even see the little lump in my glasses. That is Freya atop her cat tree. So it's a whole time, but I'm actually filming when it's light out, which is crazy. We're gonna get started. I'm gonna just grab the important thing of this year because I have to. And we're gonna have a little chat through goals, the bingo board that I set up last year, and all this kind of stuff. And then we're gonna talk about whatever the fuck I wanna talk about. So 2025. We started the year with a bingo board, and also some goals that I had laid out for myself. Listen, I did not finish 90% of these goals, and that's okay. I'm looking back at them and I'm like, oh shit, like I had 5 main writer goals laid out for 2025, and I finished exactly one of them. I was looking at this the other day, and I had to write down like what I did do in 2025 to like make myself feel better, because 5 goals and only one of them succeeded. I was like, oh, that's a shot to the foot. It's fine. Everything is fine. I'm still happy with what I did this year, and that's okay. I had lofty goals apparently, and we're just gonna talk about it. Okay, so the first goal, publish a favorite fae, which I fucking did, which is the biggest goal, the best goal, and I am so happy that I fucking did publish this fucking bad boy, okay? Because look at her. Isn't she just the most gorgeous baby in the entire fucking world? So not only did I publish this bad boy, this chunky lady ended up being about 120,000 words long. I did many drafts in 2025. I had a whole editing spree right at the end of July. And with my editor as well, we were like down to the fucking line. We were basically just like trading stuff back and forth. Like she would give me her edits and I would just crash through them. And then in August, I hit submit, did all this kind of stuff, and this came out August 14th into the world. And I am so proud of it. I'm so happy with it. It is one of my favorite things that I've ever written. And it is officially the final book in the Arrowmount Books trilogy. So I can officially, I should have grabbed them all, shouldn't I? It's officially the 4th book that I have written and published. Not the 4th book that I have written. 4th book that I have published. And this trilogy is finally complete. We have the standalone cozy fantasy Arrowmount Books trilogy. This is the trilogy that got me the title and succeeded in finishing my author dream of like my big goal of becoming a published fucking author. I don't even have words to describe how cool of a feeling that was. 2023 was such a banger year with both of these coming out in 2023. Absolutely bananas. And then in 2024, I came out with my contemporary romance novella, Merry and Bright. I never thought this was gonna happen in 2024. Like, this was just so cool to be able to do this. It was a complete dream, a complete random goal that just occurred one day when I saw the Kobo contest for the holiday books, and I I succeeded. I became a finalist. I was one of the top 11 a finalist, and then I did not win, which is totally fine, because then I got to publish it myself and also get an audiobook for it, which is so cool. I hired Andy Eloise to do the audiobook for this, and I'm so excited to be able to have done that in 2024. And then finally, this year, I tackled this bad boy because I was watching this the video that I did last year, my 2024 writing wrapped. I totally forgot. I started 2025 with half of a second draft. I don't know how the fuck I did that, but I managed to finish draft 2, get that to readers, and then get it back and then do an entire draft 3 overhaul of this story and then get it to my editor to polish it and get it ready. I feel like there was more in between there. I just can't remember. Like, it was just so much at the beginning of this year to get this bad boy out in the world, and I did it. I did it. Yes, I had to keep pushing my deadlines for this and had to keep whatever my imagined timeline for this was. I kept pushing it, kept pushing it, kept pushing it. And that is okay. And that is my biggest lesson that I've learned this year, is that however long it's gonna take is the amount of time it should take. It does not matter if it takes longer than you think it will, because the end product is still going to be something you're very proud of, because you put in the time, you put in the effort, you put in the blood, sweat, and tears, and you did it. Like, that's crazy. I fucking did this year. I put out a 3rd book, and this is my biggest book so far, and it not only made me realize things about like how long it actually takes me to write things, but because, you know, when I was writing my other 2 cozies, especially A Second Story, because this is a tiny book, like it's like 50 to 60,000 words long, and then this one here is like 80 to 90,000 words long, right? These didn't take me nearly as long as this 120,000 word long beast that has so much more story, so much more things happening. I remember, like, last year, I remember coming across, in 2024, like these big plot moments that just exploded in my head. And this book, like, one of the things that you'll probably hear authors say all the time is that every new book you write is a new experience, and it's like learning how to do it again from ground zero. And that is so fucking true. With every book that I have written and published, let alone every book that I've fucking written in my life, it is a new experience every single time. And you have to figure out how to crack into the story, how to get your brain around them. And I'm just so glad that you're learning. I'm just constantly learning in this job of mine, in one of my many jobs, of how to reorient my life, set up deadlines, all that kind of stuff. Anyways, long ramble over. I published a favorite fic this year in August of 2025. I'm so happy with it. This is my favorite cover that my cover artist has done. I think, don't tell my boys or my ladies, but I think this is my favorite story that I've written right now in this moment, because that changes all the time. But I'm so proud of this one, and I'm so proud of myself for being able to commit and do this. Like, this started as a pipe dream in 2022 of waking up one day after having read Legends and Lattes by Travis Baldree and going, wow, what if I did that? What if I self-published books all set in the same little town in my world that I had created for D&D, and just did like a standalone series of however long it ended up being. And we started with Ari and Finn, 2 characters that lived in my head for so long, and I just went from there. And now look, a completed trilogy of beautiful babies. I'm so proud of myself. Like, genuinely, truly, I fucking did that. Like, holy shit. Over the past few years, like, that's what, 2022, 2023, 2024, 2025, like, that's like almost 4 full years of writing and changing my life and hitting goals, and you know, it's pretty cool. It's really cool. It's one of the main reasons why I love this time of year. I have many gripes with this time of year for mental health reasons, but being able to like look back and reflect on the things you've done throughout the year, like, it's so cool. Like, down to the little things. You fucking did that. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, in 2024, I might not have published a book like I anticipated doing, but I did technically publish a book that I didn't anticipate because I published Merry and Bright in 2024. 2025 ended up being such a cool year with A Favorite Fae and doing all sorts of other creative things. So other things that I did this year, I plotted 2 brand new projects, or at least brainstormed them, created them, like 2 projects that had been living in my head for a while that I hadn't let myself touch. I did videos for them as well. Project Glass and Project Mummy. This year has been so cool. Like, Project Glass is a dystopian that I am planning on writing and working on definitely more. Project Mummy is definitely going to be something that I work more on from where I had started it in whatever form it was in that video. It's going to change, it's going to flourish, it's going to grow and whatever. And I'm so intrigued with how my brain worked with those 2 projects. And I also have 2 other projects that I kind of want to dabble in 2026, like in the same capacity where I plot and brainstorm and like kind of crack open the stories a little bit so that I have all these options of stories to work on top of the big project that I am planning on doing in 2026. So one of the goals I have for 2026 is to write the first and second draft. These are 2 separate goals. Write the first draft of Far Horizons Book 1 and write the second draft of Far Horizons Book 1. Those are the only official goals that I'm going to be writing down because I am terrified I'm going to the actual goal in my head is to have that ready for publication and go and query with it, which is a little crazy to say because from what I've learned this year with writing A Favorite Fae, that's a really lofty goal because that's so much work. Like, that is so much more work than just writing one of my cozies or a novella or something. Like, these are big stories. The first one is a fantasy mystery. It's going to be at least 120,000 words long. It is classic fantasy. It is not cozy. There's going to be so much happening. And I know rationally that that's going to take me so much longer than it would take me to draft a cozy, you know? So I am anticipating at least a first and second draft being done in 2026. That is the main goal. The big stretch goal is having it ready to query, if not starting to query. Although I know starting to query in a late part of a year is probably not a good idea because a lot of people in the publishing world just they don't have their queries open, what have you. So stretch goal, have it ready to query, have my query package ready, that kind of a thing. And yes, I have 365 days to work on this. I have many months to get this done, but I know it's going to take me a lot longer. So I'm being kind to myself with these goals, and at least a draft 1 and a draft 2 of this book would be perfect and wonderful. I am also going to be, I've created, okay, so total side tangent for like a tiny, slightly related moment. Another thing that I did last year was I created a bingo board with my friends, which is going to be something that we are doing again tonight, because we did this New Year's Eve. We created bingo boards for ourselves, and I put mine in my journal right at the front, and I've been tracking it all year. I only have 1 bingo, and it's along the bottom there. Some of the things that I have on my bingo board for 2026, as I think of ideas for this bingo board, I just have been putting them in a notes app. So a couple things that I have: finished draft 1 of Far Horizons Book 1, finished draft 2 of Far Horizons Book 1. Read 100 books. I want to get my TBR down to 150 books. I want to finish 10 series as always. A whole bunch of other things. I have a write draft of something new on here. I'm leaving it open because I would really like to work on potentially Project Glass, because that one's just is fun for my brain right now. Potentially a novella, because I would love to write a novella this year. I do have write a novella on here as well. So I have some of my interesting things. And then I have right under that one, plot, title, or title. And those are my 2 cozy books that I have in my head. So those are 2 more story ideas that I mentioned earlier in this video that I would like to plot. One of them is a cozy sci-fi, and one of them is a cozy fae book inspired by Green Teeth by Molly O'Neill, which is one of my favorite books that I read this year. This one, when I finished it, it inspired something in me. It is technically in the same universe, same world as the Ravar books, because if you've read A Favorite Fae, you know Mary, my main character, Merwin, she is fae, and she's from the fae realm. So it is that Fae realm that I have the idea for. And there's a story there. I think it would be really fun to explore that a little more. So there's that. So we have those two ideas, and the cozy sci-fi is inspired by Phineas's song 2001, and also a Distractable episode where they talked about a specific color that was named at some point. And when they said the name of the color, I was like, oh! And my brain just went, ooh, what if this? So I have an idea for a cozy sci-fi that I'm really excited to explore too. So I want to make 2026 a whole year of just letting myself be okay with exploring new things, seeing what happens. Yes, I would love to keep, exploring my goals and like hitting deadlines and, being very rigorous with my career that I want to be doing, because one of the big things in 2025, near the end of it, I felt very out of control with a lot of things due to my actual career and like the lack of growth and all this kind of stuff. And I felt so stagnant. I still do in some ways. One of the things that I wanted to do was like, I wanted control over one thing of my career, over like one part of my life and my career type of things. And that one thing is my writing. Like that's the one thing I can control, because I am the one setting those deadlines. I am the one giving myself these ideas and doing the work and all this kind of stuff. I am in control of that until I get to the moment where I like actually sign with an agent, like I'm in control of everything that I do in this aspect of my career. So I like basically turned my eyes onto my writing career for that. I would love for 2026 to actually further that career, but I'm going to be kind with myself and like take the time I need to take to do that. Anyways, that's very vague posting, but I'm going to write down my 2026 goals real quick that I've talked about so far so that I can re-up them later in this video when I talk to my future self for 2026. So we have, of course, write a first draft of Far Horizons Book 1. And then I also have write a second draft of Far Horizons Book 1. And then I would also like to plot something new, either the cozy sci-fi or the cozy fantasy. So those are two stories that I'm just so excited about. I could talk about them forever. So if you want to see a video in 2026 where I go further into all of my story ideas and give you guys like a laydown of like what all stories live in my head, please let me know. I would love to do something like that. I'll talk about Project Glass, Project Mummy, Project 2001, I guess, Project Space, Project Cozy Space, and then Project Fae, Project Weird Fae. Those are at least 4 that I have in my head. So if you want to see a video of that, let me know and I will do it. But anyways, so I have those 3 definite for surezies would love to write down and do that. But like a stretch goal, have Far Horizons Book 1 ready for query. Stretch goal, which is kind of cool. Anyways, on to the next goal of mine that I did not succeed in. We'll just talk about them. So the rest of the goals that I had for 2025 were write draft 1 of Far Horizons Book 1. And even though I did not, I did end up revisiting Far Horizons Book 1. I am 20-something thousand words into that draft, which I think is really cool, into draft 1 of that story. I'm excited to go back into that and to just explore that story and figure out the first draft and then come back and make it better. I am learning that previous, like baby Jenna, her favorite things about writing were the drafting stage, but adult Jenna 2025 loves the creation stage, which is like the brainstorming, the ideas, the everything, and then the editing stage. The actual drafting of the first draft can feel like pulling teeth. Like I want to be in a place where I can just be creating things, asking myself questions, brainstorming, all that kind of stuff. Or I want to be already done the first part of it and then working on the story to make it better. Like those are the 2 parts that I love the most about writing and the story creation process. But actually drafting draft 1 is always a time. The next goal I had is publish a novella. I had lofty plans to write another novella this year and to publish it as well, because the next one was write an Aramount novella specifically. I have ideas for Aramount novellas and other novellas. Like, I want to get back into the contemporary romance world. I think it would be really fun to write at least 1 or 2 more in this world to kind of, you know, establish this pen name a little better. Pen name, I say, it's literally my name, just minus the A. Jen Collington, Jenna Collington. Anyways, I would love to do that. I would love to plan things. I have one in my head that is a Halloween one that I would love to do, because this is Merry and Bright. I would love to write one that's trick or treat, and then like maybe another one that's like, I don't know if I can know, another like 2-word kind of thing. Anyways, that with lofty goals. I'm not going to write that down as an actual goal this year, like anything specific. I think writing a draft of something new is one of the best goals I could do, because then it allows myself to write whatever I want. Like, if I want to work on Project Glass and write a draft of that, I can do a novella and that would still count, you know? So we're gonna write that down. Write a draft of something new. 2026 is looking like a year of a lot of writing, a lot of drafting, a lot of creation, which is kind of cool. And like plotting something new, creating new stories, drafting new stories. And I love that idea so much. And then I had really the 3 last goals here were publish a novella, write an Aramount novella, and then write another contemporary romance novella. So I had a lot of novella plans this year that just never came to fruition, which is totally fine. I just need to let myself do whatever I want, which is why I've now have a goal of write a draft of something new, and that can be anything 2026 Jenna wants. So we love that. Other things that I did do in my writer's life this year, I wrote down a whole list of things that I did. So publish your favorite fae, of course. I talked about plotting those 2 stories. Amazing. I did this year another HearthCon, which was really cool. I was asked back to be part of HearthCon, and not only did I do my own panels, I did 3 panels. I moderated 3 panels on HearthCon this year, which is so cool. My very first HearthCon was last year, and it was so much fun. And it was, again, just so much fun this year as well. One of my favorite things is talking to other creatives and picking their brain, asking them questions, and just chatting. Like, I could do it for hours. It is one of my favorite things, and I'm going to be doing it with Lindsay early in January as well, which is going to be so fun. We're going to be doing a spaghetti session of like just throwing shit at the wall, which I think is going to be so much fun. And I am so excited because Lindsay Puckett is such a cool person and a friend that I've met through the internet. I love talking to her. I love how we've connected over D&D and publishing and all this kind of stuff and cozy stories. And I'm so excited to actually like meet her in live stream version. So that's going to be really fun. I love talking to authors and creatives, and my 3 panels for HearthCon were just so fun. And you can go watch them. They're still up on the Lazy Dragon Books YouTube, which is so cool. Like, you can watch all of HearthCon, you can listen to all sorts of cozy authors and publishing experts and indie publishing experts and all that kind of wonderfulness all on their YouTube channel, which is so cool. Very happy that I was part of that again. And then on top of that, I was part of 2 other in-person author events. My very first like author event situation in person that I got to attend as an author. I was part of the Authors of Manitoba book fair in Steinbach, which is a little tiny town outside of my city. That was really fun. It wasn't like super, you know, anything, but it was my very first event. It felt really long, but I was very glad that I did it, and I sold 8 books, which is really cool because it was a small town. It's a pretty conservative small town, so coming there with like magic fantasy books in general, probably not the best idea. And then the fact that they're queer, another step up. But like, people kept coming to my table, and one girl showed up, she was like, oh my god, I love cozy fantasy, this is my thing, and she bought all 3 of my books, which I just love so much. Another girl showed up, she also bought the entire trilogy. Like, it made my heart so happy to be at that event and like actually see readers in person. And then it just got better because the second event that I went to was a specifically queer vendor fair here in my city that was held at the Millennium Library. It was just so special. Like, it was such a fantastic event. I almost sold out of everything that I brought with me. It was just such a fun thing to do. I knew one of the authors that was there. I actually brought them to the event with me because we met through TikTok and we've been chatting for a while, a number of years, R. Don Raven. And so I took them to the event with me, so I had someone to go with. And then also, like, we had tables right next to each other. and I had tables next to a bookstore called Whodunit Books, which is a bookstore here in our city in Winnipeg. I keep saying our city. In Winnipeg. I live in Winnipeg, Manitoba. Hi. My friends all came to visit and bought my new book because it was after A Favorite Fae came out. And it was so wonderful. So many beautiful people came to my stall and bought my books and were drawn in by the covers. I got to do an author reading of Marian Bright there. it was just such a fantastic time. And I'm so honored that I was chosen to be part of that as well. Like, I applied for it and I didn't know if I was gonna get in. And then I did, and I was like, oh my God, this is so cool. And I'm just so happy that I did that. All the money that I had invested, I made back and then some, which is crazy to say because I didn't anticipate that with the way that the first market went. Because yes, I did make like $120 or something at that first market, but like that's not enough to cover gas and the table fee and all the money that I spent on things and books and getting all my stuff ready. But then I made that back and then some at the second one. And that was even better. And I'm just so happy that I did. And it was just such a great experience. And I got to meet authors in real life. And I got to meet readers as well because someone came up to my table and they were like, oh my God, I recognize your book. And I was like, from where, bestie? It was just the coolest thing. And I love it so much. So if you are an author and you want to do something like that, get in contact with other authors from your area. Try and find like art fairs and little vendor things happening because it is honestly such a cool experience. And I'm so glad that I did that. And I'm so glad that it was part of my 2025. Like, that is such a cool thing to say that I had 2 in-person author events this year. And they were within like 2 weekends of each other. In September, which is my birthday month, I turned 28 this year, which is pretty cool. And like, it was just such a fun time. It was such a fun time. It was so cool. And I can't wait to do more stuff like that. So fingers crossed that I can in 2026. I would be really cool to be part of the Queer Vendor Fair again in 2026. So fingers crossed, fingers crossed. So that's all I did in my writer life this year. It was pretty great. Maybe it wasn't as fruitful in the drafting or creation part of things, but it kind of was in other ways. Published A Favorite Fae, created a couple more stories, got to meet readers in real life, you know. It was a pretty cool year in that aspect of things. I think, I'm gonna double check, but I think this is the point in the video where we get to talk to previous Jenna and see what she's got to say. Okay, I've got myself queued up. Let's have a conversation with 2024 me. Hey, 2025 me. How are things? Hey, bestie. They're not bad. They're not bad. It is officially December 30th here. What day is it for you? Has it been a good year? It's been an okay year, I think. The world has been on fire since forever, but like that just kind of seems to be the new normal. But personally, it's been a pretty okay year. I think it's been pretty good in some aspects, and that's really all we can hope for. How did A Favorite Fae work out this year? Have you got that baby out in the world? Please tell me you have. Yes! Oh my God. I've waxed poetic about this in this video already, but I am so genuinely so proud of A Favorite Fae and all the work that I put into it at the beginning of this year and into like from January to July, just like as much as I could do getting this book ready to be out in the world. And it is out in the world. The babies are out there. I'm so happy to say that it is published. It's published and people are loving it. Oh my God, please tell me it's out in the world. Please tell me people are loving it. Please tell me people are falling in love with Marian Zanvi because yes, I need people to know them. I need people to see them. I need people to read them and have their story. I just need me to get it out. Don't worry, bestie. It's gone. It's out of you. You have lifted that off of your shoulders. You can say goodbye to Aramount Books, no matter how much that means the world to you, but you can say goodbye to them. And you can invite new creativity in because that's exactly what we did this year. Oh my God. And I think people are loving Marian Zanvi. I think so. Did you end up writing 2 novellas this year? If not, did you end up at least writing 1 or working on 1? No. Neither of the above. Unfortunately, no. But we did do other things. How is Sage's story going? Have you figured out a new timeline for that? Hopefully. I hope it's going well. I hope you're in. I did work on it a little bit more and we do have plans in sort of place. Well, I guess this year I didn't really talk about it, but I did do like a query type situation where I wrote a query letter with an expert in the field, which is something that I got through the one of the many different auctions that we participated in 2024. One of the prizes was to work with a industry professional on a query letter, and that was really fun. It was very informative, and now you have kind of a query letter ready, set up and ready to go for Sage's story once that is ready to go. So that's pretty cool. And we kind of have a timeline. Like 2027 for sure will be on the query market. Kind of a timeline. I hope just overall with your writing that you are happy with where you are at with the craft of it. And it's something I don't really talk about enough, is where I'm at with the craft of writing and how I feel with that whole thing, with getting better with my writing, with getting better with my editing and all that kind of stuff, and storytelling, and getting towards this place of being an author. That's what I wanted to ask, is just really like, how do you feel about your writing this year? That's a really good question. I definitely am happy with the work that I put in this year for writing. I have had a couple moments of not necessarily imposter syndrome, but just moments of like, oh, I don't know if I can do this or if I'm good enough for this, which is always an interesting problem to have and always an interesting thought process to have, because I just need to put in the work to do it. Right? Like, it's not like something that just comes up overnight magically, you know? Yeah, I am very proud of the way that my writing has gone this year. I think that A Favorite Fae is a much stronger book than my previous two, and I'm only going up from here. And I think that it has given me an interesting insight into my writing and how I want things to go in my books from here on. I haven't really talked about that in any videos, but the way that my friend Yeleni edited A Favorite Fae, yes, pass me. Yeleni was back to edit A Favorite Fae, thankfully. She took so much of what I did and elevated it so high and fixed so many sentences that were just so convoluted. And I really would like to go forward in my editing space, not necessarily my drafting, because drafting is just getting the story out of my head onto the page. In my editing world, I would love to be able to do that for myself in a lot of aspects, even though I will always reach out to others to help in the editing sphere and all that kind of stuff, because that is one of the most beneficial things you can do in your writing, is have someone else tell you what the fuck is wrong with it, because you need other eyes on things than just your own. So yeah, I'm very happy with my writing that I did this year, and kind of, you know, the ideas of furthering prospects in my career and going forward with that and seeing where things kind of land in 2026 and 2027 and beyond. So yes, I'm happy. Life-wise, do you have a new job? Please tell me you have a new job. Oh, sweetie, no. No, you very much don't. You are still there. You are still at both of your jobs. And that's okay, even though it fucking sucks, because you've been looking for a new job for over a year now, and it's just not happening. The job market is trash. But hopefully in 2026, we have at least a raise coming. I would love that. That would be great, you know, because inflation and the cost of living is so high. But yeah, no, unfortunately. Yeah, we still like it there though. Like, it's still a good job. It just a little stagnant, you know? Do you have a cat? Oh my God, show me your cat. I want to see them. I'm so excited. I really, 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 really want a cat. And I'm gonna get one in the new year, I think. Hopefully that is good and going okay, and you love them to pieces. What's their name? What did you end up naming them? I would love to see them. Let me get her. Abby, I'm coming to steal you, my beautiful baboon. Well, past Jenna, you did get a little baby. This is Freya. She is the light of your life. It's so funny because in January, we're looking at different rescues and all this kind of stuff, and you found a little polydactyl calico baby that you were like, oh my God, she's so cute. I must go meet her. And then when you did go meet her, this little fucker was on the floor rolling around, a little feather duster of nothing but black fur. And you went, oh no, this one is gonna ruin my life. And fast forward a couple weeks and you brought her home instead of the other one. And you were so happy that you did. Because she is nothing more than everything you ever needed, ever. in your life. Yeah, that first like week was hard because change is hard, but your Freya is the best thing that you could have ever done and ever chosen to do. And now I'm crying over it. I just love her so much. She hates being held like this, but I just want to give her a squish because I love her so dearly. This is the best thing you did this year. I'm sorry, I'm crying all over you. I know. You're just so wonderful and I love you so much. Anyways, this is Freya. We got her in January and we love her so dearly. And she's over a year now. She's got a feather duster tail and I love her so much. I'm gonna put her down. But yes, we did get a cat and now we're crying over her because she's the best thing in the world.
How was your wisdom teeth surgery?
Oh God. That didn't happen, bestie. I know we planned on it, but no, we didn't do it because we kept putting it off and then it just never happened. So like maybe in 2026. I need them out for some fucking reason according to the dentist, but they don't cause me any pain. They don't cause me any issues and it's so expensive. So like I just have been putting it off because I don't want them. I don't want that surgery. I don't need it. Like it's not an issue for me right now. So maybe in the future.
How are your friends? Any new things happening? I know Cass is getting married in June. How was that? Was the wedding wonderful and everything you wanted? Just
Oh, this year was so interesting for all my friends. 2 of my friends bought houses this year. Cass got married and that was one of the best weekends of your entire life. Being maid of honor for your best friend. It was just so cool. And like, I don't think you can ever describe the feeling of watching your best friend from when you were like 13, 14 years old marry the love of their life. And it was just so cool. And this year was so full of all sorts of wedding stuff. Like I got to, you know, pick her wedding dress with her. I got to go see that and I got to host her bridal shower and I got to go to her bachelorette party and it was just so beautiful and wonderful. And I had such a great time this year and everything with Cass was just the best. And she looked so beautiful on the day and it was just such a fun day. It was so cool. It's such a weird moment to be in your life when your friends start getting married because it just makes you reflect so hard on your own life and knowing them for however long you've known them. And oh, it's just so cool. Like Sophie and Tamsin are married now. Their actual wedding is coming up in 2026, but they had to get married early due to unforeseen circumstances in their personal life. And that's insane. We have no more engagements that I know of in the friend group. No new partners, no new anything, but we got a couple weddings in 2026 coming up, which is going to be wonderful and amazing. And I just know I'm going to be a wreck at all of them because I love weddings and I just love my friends and seeing them all go through wonderful things in their lives. It's just, it's so wonderful. Anyways.
I guess on the topic of love, how's that going?
Oh, bestie.
Because currently we are in the trenches. Are we still in the trenches? Oh my God, I really hope, girl.
Yeah.
I really hope we're not still in the trenches because fuck if we don't deserve love. I'm gonna put it out in the universe because I feel like it just needs to be said and like manifested somehow. But I know that we deserve a love that makes us feel like we are the most special person in the world. Like the way that I want to be wanted is a little insane, but it's also not insane. Like I want a romance. I want to be loved. I want a relationship that feels like a Sunday where you do nothing. Like that song, I want a Sunday kind of love. I want that kind of a love. I want a partner. I want a best friend. I want someone who cares about me, you know? I really hope 2025 is that year that we're no longer lonely because I think that's really what hit me today. I didn't think I was gonna cry. Oh my God. It hit me today that just, it hit me a few weeks ago too, or a week or whatever ago when I came back from the date with that guy and I sobbed on the floor. And now or whatever. Not even because the date was bad, just because I just want to be someone that someone cares enough about to get to know.
Yeah.
I want, God, I want to be wanted. I just want to be someone that someone else out there like cares enough about, and I just don't want to be lonely anymore. God, 2025, me? My phone died.
Yeah. No, we're still in the trenches. Unfortunately, there really hasn't been anything this year. Earlier this year, you had a tiny crash out because of sexuality, and just you went on a date with a wonderful girl. You went on a couple dates with her, and you crashed out so hard because you didn't feel anything for her, and then you were wondering if you were even gay anymore, which is always a fun crash out. So yeah, 2025 was interesting. Oh my God. Yeah, bestie. I want to be loved. I want to be wanted. I want all of that. I want a good love. I want a warm, cherishing partner that just, yeah. Fuck, do you want that? Yeah. It's still there. Still there. Still looking. 28 years old and you're still looking. 28 years old and living 17, 18, 19, 20, and 21-year-old yous, and pretty much every other year of yous' worst nightmare of being 28 and alone, and you have been for so long. And you know what? That's okay. It's not okay. It hurts, but other aspects of your life are good. And just know that this part of your life that you've been wanting for so long hopefully will come to fruition at some point. Yeah. I love crying on the internet. Oh God. Yeah, we're still here. We're still in the trenches.
So I'm not a sobbing mess anymore, but 2025 me. I hope that you are, I used happy so much in the last time that I did this in 2023. I do hope you're happy. Of course I hope you're happy. I hope that you are more content with how your life is right now, because I know that this year we had an interesting vibe change around our birthday. Weird time to have your quarter life crisis kick in at 27, but I hope that 28 didn't come with a midlife crisis at the same time. I hope that that feeling of stagnancy in love, in your job life, in life in general, doesn't still linger. I hope that it has changed a little bit, and that
it has changed, but it is still kind of there. It shifted into a motivation at some point in the year to kind of push further in the writing career space and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, content is an interesting word. I think so. I think I'm still happy. Yeah, that's actually kind of a good word to describe how I've been feeling over the past little while. Content, I guess, is the way to describe that. Yes, I would like change. Yes, I would like to make more money. Yes, I would like to be in love. Yes, I would, all this kind of stuff. But I am content with where I am, which is kind of neat. And I'm really excited and content, and well, I guess content's not the right word, but I am really excited to see what comes next. So that's how I'll answer that. I can say that I did enjoy this year. It didn't go how it was planned to go. I don't think for anybody. I think this year has been kind of a shit show for many, many people in many, many aspects of this life of ours. But I do think that overall it was pretty okay. And looking forward into 2026. Oh man. Okay. Other things that so I'm all kerfuddled now. I didn't anticipate to cry so hard. What a year. What a year. Still unlucky in love, still waiting for that feeling that I anticipate. I'm such a romantic and have never been in any kind of relationship with anyone, so it's always fun. I am a little less lonely because I have Freya now, and she is the light of my life, and I honestly can say that like 2025 me or 2024 me who sat under the table eating those 12 grapes with her friend Sophia, hoping for a love, whatever. I got that love because it's just a little different from what I anticipated because I have my baby. I got my girl. We've also hit 5K on TikTok, other little things. We started this year on YouTube with 1,776 followers, subscribers, and we are ending it with 2,067. So that's pretty cool. We had some good growth on YouTube this year. I have made like $100 and some odd off of monetization this year, which is really cool. And we're just continuing on. We're gonna now talk to future me. Hey Jen, 2026 Jen, how are things? Oh my god, hey girl. How was your year? I hope it was okay and not like nothing catastrophic happened. Oh my god. A solid year. How's my girl Freya? Hope mom and dad are good. How is your writing life? We'll start with writing. How's your writing life, bestie? What kind of creativity did you do this year? Any new projects? Did your brain surprise you at all this year? Because I've been kind of feeling like my brain likes to surprise me every year now. Not with following deadlines or anything, but also just creating new things. So what did your brain create this year? How is your social media life? Are you still cruising on the TikTok and the YouTube and all that kind of stuff? And growth is okay? How's Sage's story going? Far Horizons. Do we have a title for this book yet? Because we just keep calling it Sage's Story or Far Horizons, and Far Horizons is the series name. Have we decided to make that the book one title, or did we make book one's title something different? Are we ready to query? Is that a terrifying question to ask? I hope we're at least kind of almost there. Out of the projects that we have right now, which are kind of, you know, Project Fae, Project, like the weird Fae one, Fae Realm, the cozy sci-fi, Sage's Story, Project Glass, and Project Mummy, did we come up with anything else? Is there anything else on the horizon? I hope you're proud. That's how I'm gonna end this for writing. I hope you're really proud of what you did this year. And just know that I am preemptively proud of you for whatever work you've put in, because I am so proud of 2024 me and all the work that she put in to get to this point. And I just hope we keep going forward. Like, oh, one last thing. Are we happy with where we are with our writing career? Do we have any steps in place or plans in place to step forward with it? How are we feeling about that? Regular life? Do we have a new job or a raise? Did we making more money? That'd be nice. I hope the world's not super on fire anymore, even though that's kind of just a given now. Also, new mortgage. How's that? That's such a weird thing to put in here. I'm sorry. I just know that that's on the horizon, that we're going to have to renegotiate a mortgage rate. Hopefully it's not anything super crazy or different from what you've been paying. But it has officially been 5 years in your apartment. And I guess for you, it's been 6. It's coming up on the 6th year. How's that feel? It's kind of bananas. It felt like yesterday that I moved in here. And yet it's been so long. So many things have happened. It's kind of crazy. How you feeling at the age of 29? Because that's kind of crazy, isn't it? Like, I'm here at 28, you're 29. That's cool. How are your friends? How were the weddings this year? I hope they were wonderful. Do we have any more weddings on the horizon? Potentially Hannah and Samuel. That would be really cool. Did we invite anyone new into the group? Any new, like, girlfriend, boyfriend, partners? And I guess I ask this every year, hoping with my entire heart that something has changed for you, bestie, but are we lucky in love this year? Did we find anything? Did we at least kiss some people? Because I know 2024 me was so excited and wanting so desperately to find that kind of a love. And 2025 me, I have not. Dating apps are just cesspool. But hopefully you have something more to say, or at least a fun story to come out of this year. It's been a really cool year. How was your reading this year? I know last year, 2024, I found new favorite books with Empire of Exiles and Relics of Ruin. I hope the third one of that series has come out and is another new fave, because that would be crazy amazing. This year, I don't know if I found any like brand new favorites, but I did find a book that like is my perfect book. Like, if anyone was to read it, it would be Green Teeth. That is my perfect book. So did you find anything like that? I think that'd be really cool. Do you have any memorable reads from this year? I hope you're so happy, babe. I hope you were happy and content and just pleased with where you are in life right now. And just know that it's okay if you do feel a little weird. We always get weird at this time of year, don't we? Our brains get a little funky with all of the reminiscing and all that kind of stuff. We love reminiscing. And like the planning forward is wonderful and fantastic, but like it's also a lot. Because we want so many things that just don't come to be, and that's also okay, but it's also a lot, and I know that. I just hope you're okay with where you are. And I'll see you next year. My beautiful, beautiful bee. My bestie. The bestie of all besties. And anyone who's watching this still, thank you so much for hanging around with me. I do hope that you've had a wonderful end to your year, and you have a wonderful start to your year as well. 2026. Here we go. Oh my gosh, this video always takes a lot out of me. So thank you so much for hanging out with me during this video and during all the other previous videos of 2025, and hopefully you stick around for 2026 as well to see what else I come up with. Whether that's publishing, I don't have anything on the horizon for 2026, but who's to say what will come out from J.A. Collignan or Jen Collignan, if you will. But yes, my friends, thank you so much for being here. You're all wonderful. I love you so dearly. Thank you for helping me along this career as you are. And thank you from me and my newest book bestie, my book baby, if you will, a favorite thing, for being wonderful this year and supporting me and how you have. And I'll catch you in another video very soon. Stay kind and keep on reading.